Vibe check. So and so.
You read
failed.
vibe check?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna write.
You did.
If a certain circumstance, and then say they failed the vibe check.
I think we're in. Hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's Up, episode 55, another Freaky Fish guy. We are going to touch on everything in regards to this episode. It's a loaded episode because we also have the summaries for 56 and 57. We have a shorter crew here today, as Dredger and Cal were not able to make it. But I'm Dylan. You guys know me. Nick T. Pete. How you guys doing today?
Phenomenal.
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Phenomenal.
I like that.
Phenomenal. I love it. And of course, you guys are all amazing. So
like
a dolphin.
Like dolphin. That was good. That was good. And, obviously it's relevant and topical to today's episode. Yujin, the second oldest Goha sibling, takes on Rook. Rook remains undefeated. The Goha siblings are now 0-2. We're already 3 episodes into this arc, and almost half of the crew that we know exists in the Goha siblings have already been defeated and dethroned. Are things moving too quickly? Are they moving just right? How do we feel about all of this? We're definitely going to have a lot to discuss, and we are going to play our first segment of Season 2, Buy, Sell, Hold. That will be a little later on. I will give these fine gentlemen a theory, a cracked out theory, and of course you guys as well, and you will tell me whether you buy into that theory, whether you're selling it off, or whether you hold it. You think there might be some plausibility there, but it's still maybe a bit of a long shot. So it's a fun game that you guys all seem to enjoy, and we will be very excited to play that a little later on today with you guys. But before we get to that, before we get to general impressions on 55, I want to thank everyone who donated or super chatted in the last week. I greatly appreciate it. Helps out the channel tremendously. Right now we are in the process of saving for a soundboard so that every time Calibra says something, I can press a button, you'll hear the boos come through on your end. That's what we're saving up for right now.
Everyone claps every time you come out with a theory. Yeah.
Can we get people in the sound effect crying like it's so emotional?
Yeah. They're sobbing in your grace.
Or like the Nickelodeon, So we can get that. Don't worry, I'll take care of all that. But that's where we're headed right now. So that'll be an exciting update for this channel and for this program and for the studio. So 2 ways to donate, of course, super chat and the link in the description. Whatever you feel more comfortable with. I get a little bit of a higher percentage from the link in the description. But if you choose to donate at all, which you do not have to do, this content will always be free. I promise you that. Whatever you're more comfortable with works for me, and just know I'm appreciative of it no matter what. So a big thank you to Sean Gilbride, Night Fury Lover, Kaio Cesar Campos, Zephyr, TNX Rail, Johan Udai, Ice Aiden, Drago77 Blue, Syn Cloud, Nicholas Horton, Electric Kevin, Philip Rosewood, Otis Cunningham, Jack Knight 21, The Best Cowboy Cad Bane 64, X-Slayer 64, Dark Emperor J, The Saxophone Beast, Taker Napper, Curry Boy, Mega Karibo, Entame, Limestone, Goosey Q, Ivrea, C. Sandovan, Cassius365, Kantan Kuriyami, Solid Snack, and Shining Butterfly 4. Thank you all so much for your amazing selflessness in the previous week and the previous episode. We greatly appreciate it. Yujin versus Rook. Nick T, you picked Eugene. You and Calibro picked right. Eugene. Can't get them all right. What are your thoughts on the episode? Did you like it? Did you not like it? General impressions before we start getting to maybe some pacing stuff with the arc so far. But I want to just know your general impressions on this episode.
Right, and on this episode specifically, I personally really enjoyed it. I think it was kind of silly. It was a good time. Like, silly, not necessarily in a bad way. It was quirky. It was fun. And the duel rocked. I thought it was a really great duel, ending on a sort of total chance, draw, and he bricked, and that was fine. I'm not upset about the loss for that very reason. It was a good duel, and, we all win when it's a good duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I really enjoyed. They sort of did a really good job at sort of covering their bases. You can recall this when I was watching it. I asked them, like, wait a minute, where does he get the deck? If he just discovered his love for the ocean, how did he get the deck? Moments later, flashback. He's having this great moment with the dolphin, and the dolphin, gives him the treasure of the sea. It was great. They really, covered their bases with continuity there, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, so often, I said this in my review, so often in Yu-Gi-Oh, and we all watch Vrain, so we know this, a character will use a new card or a new ace or a new summoning mechanic, something even as massive as that, and they don't go over the origin at all. What I've liked about Maximums is they've really discussed where the Maximums have come from, and so I think they did a good job about that. And Eugene, who clearly fell in love with the sea in this episode, or maybe he's always liked it, but it's the first time he's been in Earth's sea.
Right.
Where did this deck come from? Where did these monsters come from? It came from this dolphin that he formed a bond with. So it's silly, but I like how they did that. In Vrain's, playmakers using XZs and synchros, and you're like, well, wait a second. Wait a second. Where did you get that from? And in a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh shows, 5Ds, they're all guilty of it. So I like how Sevens, for the bigger moments with the newer summoning mechanics, and in this case with Eugene's deck, I like how they kind of covered that. That was something I did like from the episode. Pete, your general thoughts on... Oh, you have more to say?
Which one thing?
Of course.
Because I feel like I got ragged on a little, and rightfully so, maybe, saying, oh, these are aliens. When Yuji lands in the ocean and says, so this is Earth's salt, right?
Yeah.
So either one of two things. They are aliens, or B, there is a race of humans out in space, raised entirely in space, had not have come to Earth. Much like Space Noids and Gundam.
Yeah.
It's one of those two things. They were not born... This isn't just a ship. It's not just a school in space. They have not swam in Earth's oceans.
Right.
So...
They definitely had to be... If they were born here, they were immediately transported.
That's
exactly.
what I think.
I just want to say...
They have no connection to the planet
they were
whatsoever.
raised in space. I just want to make that clear.
Well, you can tell, even Euro last week was kind of like amazed at like the wind, with the riding
That's
and everything.
because in space, obviously, none of that exists.
Right, exactly.
all.
So I do believe that there could be something with them being aliens.
Yeah.
But Pete, your general thoughts on 55?
Well, first off, I wanted to comment on what you guys said. Yusaku, he got all of his cards. Here's the connection. Hunt's card shop.
Oh,
there you go.
This guy
connected to the show.
And you know what? You know what annoys me about Vrains in that regard too. In the beginning of 47, season 2. They show Brave Max walking around Neolink Vrains, and they show all of these shops where you can customize your avatar.
Yep.
That was the perfect way to tie it in, that you buy cards at the shop, but they never confirmed
just have him
that.
like walking away from the shop, just to be like, oh, I guess he went there.
Yeah, I think that would have been
so easy.
It would have been really cool, and it would have been realistic, because that's what you do when you're trying to build a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. You go to your shops, you buy new cards. So that was something that I wish Vrains did a little better, but a lot of Yu-Gi-Ohs are guilty of it. But what did you think?
The episode itself, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I'm not someone that I've been through 55 episodes now. That's for the huge amounts of comedy. That's pretty much every Rook duel.
Yeah.
And I actually like watching him duel.
Yeah, he's
It's
great.
just the shenanigans in between that or before that.
His duel with Yuga was not like that, but that's
not
an
at all,
exception.
which was nice.
Yeah.
That's fine. I just thought Yujin, right? That's Yujin's how you say it?
Yeah.
I thought
Eugene,
was going to be a little bit more interesting for me. I actually like Euro of last week more than him.
Yeah.
That's not to say that he was bad. He just there's too much Calibro connection there for me. Because like it's just
I knew he was gonna say.
I just don't I don't vibe with the character.
He's the character Calibro I'm sure would love.
Like they would be Pong partners on the table.
Yeah, it would be Pong
come
partners.
on.
Absolutely.
They'd be dapping each other up the whole time.
Yeah.
They would have some kind of secret like handshake when they hit the shot.
They'd be seeing who could kiss the most women at a party.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So maybe that's my lack of connection with the character. But his dueling prowess I thought was actually pretty impressive. And I know it was like a 1 in 30 shot, basically. But if he did draw that card, the field spell, he won. So I like that Sevens has done a great job as opposed to the other shows where we don't rely so much on the heart of the cards kind of thing. Like, several times now in the show, either our protagonists or villains have straight up bricked or have not gotten the card that they have wanted to.
And that's great.
And I like that it adds that little bit of realism into it. All the other stuff, I mean... The beach that was in, Goha, I guess these presidents just have full control over the city.
Oh, absolutely.
Kaizo is a something.
Simp?
Yeah, he's something. I like that Romin kicked the shit out of him. 'Cause she's so done with his shit just like I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was interesting. But otherwise, if I'm going to be honest, I'm getting a little bit bored. Kind of where this arc is going. It feels very predictable right now. We'll get more into that with our picks, but feels like we're going in one direction. And
great band, by the way.
Yeah, great band, by the way. And there's not much substance right now until we get to what's the one you think evil character? What's his name?
Yugioh.
Yeah, that seems like we're going. Otherwise, all these characters at the moment feel pretty useless. So.
You know, do you want to say anything to that?
Thank you for the dono.
I'll let you. I'll let you.
You know, it's very interesting because I don't fully disagree with you. And I liked Yugioh, and Yujin being the comedic character of the group, I think it makes sense. I feel like in this show you have to have one comedic character. Yeah. It's not going to be Yuka, who we know is a little more stern. Right. It's not going to be Yugioh, who could very well be evil, and it's not going to be Yudun, who is to himself and has said no words. You need someone
to be Rook's foil, and he's the perfect
exactly. So that one, I should have seen that coming, I feel like, and maybe we should have seen it coming. But, you know, I feel like we don't know really much about the Goha siblings at this point, and that's
you feel
okay.
Yeah,
but you've also had two of them defeated in duels, and I'm like, you know what is? I do feel like, and we've talked about this with the 13 episode arcs a lot, and we were hoping, I think 95% of us were hoping that the 13 episode arc was going to change, that we were going to get longer arcs, and this is what you sacrifice when you have 13 episode arcs. We are 3 episodes into the new season, and we have seen Yugioh duel, and we have seen Yujin duel, and we know really next to nothing about them. And I feel like if this was any prior Yu-Gi-Oh anime, we would know way more about their characterization. And I was like, why is that? And the reason for that is, if this was a previous Yu-Gi-Oh, these duels would be at least 2 episodes. These would be 2-part duels.
100%.
And while I don't mind the 1-episode duels if it's Rook versus Schrodinger or Romin versus Arata, you know, duels that I really could care less about, these are, this is a new group. You know, a major threat that you're promoting in the opening, that you're promoting in that piece of, that poster promo as soon as season 1 ended. And I just would have liked them at this point to have spent more time giving them more characterization. And I think that's something that has struggled. They've struggled with Romin and Gakuto, I think, quite a bit with that, where we've talked about how their dueling results have been ahead of where their character development is.
Although I would argue Romin is more the detriment than Gakuto.
I would agree with that, but I think they both suffer from it.
Yeah, they both suffer, but
like
definitely
some
Romin.
of that.
Yeah, so I think that's what I wanted to kind of pick your guys' brain on. And in chat, we're already 3 episodes into the season, and we've had 2/5 of the Goha siblings defeated.
Yep.
And I feel like we really don't know much about them. They're out of the presidency role. I don't really know how they feel about being out of the presidency role. And I don't know, I feel like they have started the arc a little, I don't know, it is a little concerning.
Here's my issue. And not to rag on it, because I really have liked the show.
Oh no, I'm excited to see where it goes. Well, listen, and we're not.
Yeah.
And it's important in life to not be a thank God it's Friday, oh God it's Monday kind of person. Yeah. You don't want to have short-sightedness to that degree. So I think while we're criticizing it right now in the short term, we might look back at this arc and say, oh wow, this was great.
Yeah.
But I think we have to be honest.
I'm putting my chips right now into the middle of the UO table.
Yes.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah. As
However,
a lot of people are.
I will say, as a whole for the show, the 13 episode arc, we've talked about it at nauseum of not liking it, right? But here's the problem with it. This is the big problem for me, is that the pacing gets so messed up when you do it. Because look at it. Last arc, and maybe even the arc before that, we had heavy features of Romin and Gakuto of 2-3 duels, right? Really building at least the dueling prowess of those characters. Wish a little bit more of character development, especially for Romin, but, you know, I digress with that. But the issue is now, yeah, we're going to get Romin next week. But there's so long of gaps between sometimes our characters being focused on out of the main 4 that I think sometimes characters like Gakuto and Romin that are supposed to be 2 of the 4 main characters get very lost in the shuffle, especially when you introduce 5 or 6 new characters in 13 episodes. And that, I think, kind of undercuts the momentum that they were building up at the end of last season. And I go, all right, awesome. I want to see where their decks are progressing, how their skills are progressing, and I want to see how they as people are progressing. And wait, hold on, we got to do 5 episodes of introducing these Goha presidents.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, that's not really what I wanted. Like, you kind of killed the momentum of what you were building up. And I think the 13 episode arc handicaps you in what you can do.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that's
a
a con for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I I know. I would like when a character is dueling. I mean, you're not gonna with so many characters in any Yu-Gi-Oh anime. When a character is dueling, those duels need to not only show their dueling abilities off and their growth off, but it also needs to show some character development, get a little bit of backstory, create a little bit of tension between characters. And I feel like with the 1 episode duels, which you have to have, we've only had 4 duels in 55 episodes that weren't 1 episode, which is the season finale duels.
Right.
I feel like you lose a little bit of that meat there. So yeah, I do agree with what you're saying. And
I love that the show is handling of side characters. I think it's done it better so far through 55 episodes.
And I think that's an advantage of the 1 episode duels.
Great, but
you can have more.
But it
duels.
also adds cons where we put in a lot of, I think, one-off characters, or even characters that are in minor roles, right? Like, okay, like, you know, Arai Arata or someone's in the background. Great. I don't really care. Like, I don't care about Schroeder. I don't care about I don't care about Swirly. Like, I want to see Romin and Gakuto progress more as characters. That's who I'm invested in. That's who I care about.
Yeah.
And unless Swirly has some kind of insane payoff, which maybe he does. Like, for 3 episodes so far, that character's been, for me, absolutely pointless. Like, just completely pointless.
I'm not a Swirly fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a Swirly fan.
I mean, Dredger, who's on this podcast, I think, genuinely likes Swirly a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to know why.
I think you know what? I know what I think it is. I'll say it right here. I think he's... So, I'll take the credit. Maybe it's a little braggadocious, but I feel like my memeing of the Nick Yagi thing really got that whole thing going. I created... You creating the meme.
And
Dredger, exactly. And I think Dredger's jealous of that, so he's trying to go for the whole swirly thing. He's like, oh, I love swirly. Let's get a swirly thing going. Everybody's swirly. Better than Nick Yagi. It's swirly time. It's like, sorry, man. You can't recreate the magic. You just can't.
Well, Dredger will hit back
Love
next
Dredger.
week.
I love Dredge, but you can't.
We'll give him a chance to hit back next week.
It's magic.
But yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious as to what some people in the chat are saying. Are they talking about their own things?
Yeah, people are talking about their own things. Some people have not liked Swirly. Some people have liked Swirly. It just kind of they're saying, it's a lot of shade towards Swirly. But no, like that's just how I feel. Like it just feels like we're wasting airtime when I could be spending more time with other characters I care about. It just, I don't know. The Shadow Realm goes, if we're getting a death, it better be Swirly.
Holy shit.
I can't dispute that.
I will say, is he useless? Is he utterly useless? Right now, yes. Is he cute? Yeah, absolutely. I can't deny that. But like when it comes to like they're asking him questions, trying to get answers out of him.
I think the part that
well, those are the characters that
can't speak.
I don't like those kind of characters, and I never
like,
have. I never have personally. And some people do. Some people find those kind of characters endearing. I just don't really like them.
I would love like a bigger like reveal for Swirly though, because something still seems very up.
It could be, and maybe that will completely change my opinion on the character. But right now, I'm like, look what he did this episode. He literally looked up, tried to speak, changed, came back, the pool, ocean was gone, and he's sad. Wow, what an amazing
also, wait, what was that costume? What was that?
It was like an elephant costume.
I don't know if it was.
Well, he had a floaty on, I know that.
But I couldn't tell what that was.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather spend more time even Gakuto and Romin on the sidelines talking about the duel.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want to do.
Well, yeah, I definitely get that.
Maybe I'm in the minority with that.
No, I agree. I think, I think you can have cute side characters without, like, sort of... They focus too much on Swirly in the introduction. They could have just thrown him in. It's cute. It's fun in the background. But, like, I think we need, again, to focus more on the characters that we are leading up to duels with. Just like Pete said, I think having Romin just duel now and then expecting some kind of development out of her is, like, a lot to ask, especially in a 13-episode arc.
He dueled Otis. Like, was that literally just a reboot of episode 1? Hey, for any new people coming in, this is how the show is. We'll do it through a new character of Swirly. That's what it feels like. Otherwise, it feels like a completely pointless.
No, I was pretty critical of 53. I didn't think 53 was great, but I thought it was forgivable because it was clearly a transitional episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course.
But no,
Swirly is Yuga's father.
Like, you guys are wild.
Oh, Shiosei confirmed it was an ancient sea creature.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. That makes sense with the water.
Yeah.
But so 3 episodes into the arc, you're a little concerned with the direction.
All my chips are in the Yugioh table.
Yeah.
And if that fails, I'm screwed. Like that is literally in my mind right now. That is the only vibe I'm going right now. He's
going with the cat boy,
and that is
it. I'm honestly, regardless of next week's outcome, I'm in the same camp that my chips are on the Yugioh table, and the rest of my chips are on Yuka being his foil. Because I think
Yuka being his foil.
Yeah, because I just think there's a dynamic there that's very like off, right?
Okay.
He's planning something. Yuka knows something's going on and needs to be the one to like put that.
That's the most fascinating part so far in the season. Is the two of them clearly are this tension
like
in the air.
Exactly.
There was a lot of friction there of not liking the direction of what we're doing here.
Yeah, exactly.
See, a lot of my chips are on the Yugioh card. I'm not gonna lie about that, but a good amount of my chips are still on the sixth sibling, which I think is fascinating because I think that sixth sibling could very well be Yuga.
I think it's
and what's going on
drone's a place
and what's going on with the drone.
Yes.
And what's going on with Mr. Gohan.
And I know we're making a new card / method.
Well, and this episode ended very menacingly,
right?
Which is fascinating because Sevens likes to do this where they end episodes menacingly. And then it's not really.
Oh, I
as
jumped
menacingly.
off that train already.
I mean,
you have to prove it to me now.
I mean, you remember Gohan 66. There were 2 moments where it looked like the leader of Gohan 66 was genuinely going to be a threat.
I've sold that stuff.
That hunt scene was one of like the more like creepier scenes that you could have gotten.
I remember you hyping that up.
I was so hyped, and Gohan
episode.
66 was a complete waste of time.
I don't want to talk about it.
And then you also had the ramen shop. That guy in the ramen shop, that also ended an episode with him laughing.
Yeah. And he was laughing at nothing.
He was laughing at a video on his phone.
Nothing.
So Sevens likes to do this. Yeah. I like to think because this is the Goha drone and Mr. Goha, and it seemed pretty threatening that it will be.
Was very intriguing.
That was a different mask. That was not a mask that we've seen thus far, and it seemed like there was an army of them underground.
Could be
under Mimi's former
Is that
office.
gonna go on, onto people's heads, and they're gonna kind of mind control the city?
Mr. Goha proved he could do.
People in Goha
drone could do.
Possible.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. I just want to address because I saw someone commented. I don't think that was something that happened in the episode. That Yuka stole the card. I didn't see that. That didn't happen.
I did not see that.
I didn't personally see it either. Could be wrong.
Unless that's speculation.
But
no, I feel like I definitely would have seen that.
I
watched the episode 3 times.
If it didn't actually happen, I wouldn't see her stealing it yet. That's a reveal scene. That's a big scene of like a Yugioh or someone being like, yeah, boom, here's my win.
There's also a wild card here. Might not come to be anything. The wild card to me is not necessarily Yuka. The wild card to me is Yudun. It's the blue-haired boy who's been very secretive and very to himself.
Very quiet.
Yeah, he is someone who I can see maybe being way, way more interesting than we're going to give credit to. Because we don't know where his opinions lie. We don't know where his alliance is going to lie. Mm-hmm. And I think that he could end up being a very fascinating character. Yeah. So he's a wild card to me as well. Mm-hmm. And of course, I'm very interested for Romin and Yuka next week. The episode is named Katabingoa, which Katabingu is something that Yuma Tsukumo said is a catchphrase in Zexal.
Oh
so it's clearly, and she's using Utopia, so it's clearly a whole Zexal-inspired episode, which is really cool.
That should be some nice fan service.
It definitely should be. I'll be very excited for that.
You butchered Dylan, what did you... It's Katabushingu.
Katabushingu. I knew I said it wrong. I couldn't remember.
For the dono.
We know that pronunciation is not going to be his strong suit.
Katabushingu.
Well, I should have said it's based off of Katabingu. I didn't remember what exactly it was named.
Can we just say Cowabunga?
I do. You can say Cowabunga. I do want to actually bring up the former president of Goha, and we can say former now because she is annexed.
For a second, I really thought you were going to say, I want to bring up the former member of this podcast. I really thought that we were doing that.
Oh my god!
I was prepared. I was prepared that you were making a joke about Callum. I really thought that's where you were going.
I thought it was going a whole different route.
No.
So I want to bring up Mimi. Did that scene do anything for you? What did you think about that scene?
I felt bad for Mimi.
I felt bad, but at the same time, I go, "You're not a bad woman. You just suck." And like that's that's.
My God.
Well,
it's kind of how I feel. If anyone gets that,
to be fair to her, regardless of who was in that role, was going to get fired.
Well, and that's what I said in my review.
She was set up for failure.
Yeah, because I think, and here's why that scene hit home for me, and I actually did feel for Mimi, and I thought that was Sevens hasn't had too many sad scenes. That to me was one of the sadder scenes of the show so far. Seeing a single mom pack up her things, her dream
Where is Yoshi,
crushed.
man?
Yeah, we need some
Where
more.
is this man?
Probably playing
We
in
need
some
some more-
like in some dumpster or something.
He's probably playing in some dumpster. Oh my god. God,
That's his
dark.
apocalyptic world.
Yeah, well, in his head maybe.
In his head, yeah.
He's a messed up guy. So, Mimi, anytime you get a promotion or a new job, if you started a job tomorrow
Okay.
in plumbing, let's just say,
Okay, that'd be
and you
awesome.
had
This is how we're building the house, by the way, that we mentioned before.
Oh, okay.
You
I'm
had-
down.
Yeah.
you had no training whatsoever,
None.
Okay.
would you be able to succeed in that job? I wouldn't.
No.
I mean, you need
Be a lot of
mentorship
YouTube.
whenever you get promoted or you start a new position. She's the head of a company, and the person that is supposed to be assisting her is not assisting
The
her
most
at all.
powerful company.
The most powerful company, and the person assisting her is not helping her at all. So I do feel bad for Mimi, and I do feel like, even though, yes, we rag on Mimi a lot, she didn't do a good job,
No.
but no one would have done a good
No.
job in those circumstances.
you also-
She was doomed for failure, and so seeing her walk away from her dreams and her passion in life, it was sad, knowing she's a single mom, knowing how hard she works.
She's worked very
Got a
hard.
great work ethic, but
You
Just
also
wasn't-
have to
wasn't
figure
right.
she was double set up for failure. Even if she was the most equipped person for that job, she was set up for failure because regardless, they could have been doing the best job in the world.
Yeah.
The siblings were still going to
They were
come down
jacking
from
that role.
space,
Yeah.
and she was going to get fired. She could have been killing it, but they were like, "Nope, siblings are back. You're out of here.
But this
You're
could
done."
be the turning point that we've been waiting for. You know, Mimi had a whole quest to be the president of Goha, right? That was her whole purpose throughout the show,
Dreams
right?
shattered.
And now that's been ripped away from her. I think through some of the knowledge that she's learned and the experiences that she's had, go, hey, maybe this company isn't really great. And this is not what I want to do with my life. And that could bring her as a more vital member of the team and into the show.
100%.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I think that we could see that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially now that does she have some inside info on Gohan now, having worked it?
Probably a little bit.
Maybe could she be a useful asset to our team now?
I think so.
Railing against Gohan. I think so. I think it's possible.
Yeah, I definitely think so. You know, it'll be interesting to see, but Sevens always ends these episodes pretty fascinatingly. They always do. And you know, will there be more with Mimi? Will there be more with this army being built? What's the main goal here? Romin also had an interesting line. Yuga being a Goha employee, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, unthinkable.
Well,
Did you-
I mean that's a
Foreshadowing, right?
foreshadow
Clear
setup.
foreshadowing.
Clearly, the end of the arc, he's going to
Right,
be an
yes.
employee.
You
Even
believe
if they win, there'll be some clause of, whoa, blah blah blah. It says here in section
Thank
56.
you
Boom,
for
and he's
the
there'll be
dono.
something.
Exactly.
So we know where that's going. I'm like 95% sure that's exactly where that's going.
Yeah.
So yeah, and she had that and the falling into the ocean, and then Euro comes out of nowhere and it's like, yeah, I've transferred to this school, and I'm like,
My
okay.
favorite
Why
thing
not?
is
He can do whatever he wants.
my favorite thing
Why not?
about that scene is Euro saves Romin, right? Catches her, saves her,
Yeah.
and he doesn't say anything about like, "Oh, are you okay?" Like,
He
what's
brags.
going on? He's like, "Man, did you see my break?"
It's like if I
That
was a second 0.1 seconds
you were
faster or
done.
slower, you were done.
And I'm like, bro, like comfort her for a second. She almost fell.
That's
It
why he's a
reminds
Chad.
me of our friend Sean when he did that
Yep.
drift
Yep.
and he ended up going on the lawn and he went between a mailbox and a pole and he missed it and he was like, "Listen, my crazy driving skills got me in that situation, but my great
Well,
driving skills got me out
He
of
I'm
it."
like, you
sometimes
just-
watches
No,
it.
I hope he is.
You just destroyed that property. It's destroyed.
That is one of my favorite shots. That's one of my favorite quotes.
Yeah.
And then we went and we
classic.
saw the skid marks between.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
that
it
was
was real.
impressive.
That was
real.
the
Yeah.
car fit perfectly in that spot.
That's exactly what it reminded me of. So Euro, listen, just like Euro, our friend Sean, he had a sense for the race. You know,
Yeah,
he had
exactly.
a feel for the wind, and that was one of the funnier
It was
episodes.
a,
That was a really. I like
that
Euro.
joke landed.
Yeah.
Like I think regardless of how you felt about like maybe some of the comedy of the episode, I feel like that joke could land for anybody. Like that was just a good. You're like, all right,
It really good.
I agree. I completely agree.
We should use that technique more, like a life or death kind of situation, and you're only commenting about how good the save
like,
was,
I did that was
and
so
nothing
good.
about the person.
I feel like Dredger would do that.
He
too.
would be good.
Well,
Dude, did you see how I deflected that bullet? I mean, like, if I was a millisecond later, you were dead. And I'm like,
that is a Dredger thing. That is a Dredger thing to say. Any other thoughts on the episode here, guys?
I mean, I enjoyed the
enjoyed it.
duel.
I
Yeah.
I
really
thought it
enjoyed
was
the
a really solid duel,
Yeah.
but nothing that like comes to crazy mind.
Yeah,
really,
I
with
do
it.
think we need more. I mean, the past two episodes were fun. They were cute. It was like enjoyable. I think we do need a bit more. I'm not commenting on the whole dark versus comedy balance. That's whatever. That's for a different day. I think we need more plot to get out of this arc, because we've thrown 2 of this. How many ever siblings we've got now? Just throwing them in, and then they get fired from their potential presidential roles, and that's it. So I think I need a bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more. But I do like their use of field spells. I will say it is very nice to see that coming back to the fold here. And now 2 siblings have used 2 different field spells. I really like those.
All these OG monsters. We had Harpy Lady last week. We have Leviathan Dragon, Dauntless, which you're going to see in your GX watch through. Legacy reviews on the channel every Thursday.
Should be one tomorrow.
Yes, there will be one tomorrow. We do have a game that we like to play, Buy, Sell, Hold. I got 5 topics for you guys, whether you're going to buy into these theories, whether you're going to sell them off, or whether you're going to hold. And of course, these guys will give their thoughts. Do we want to do that, or do we want to read some donations? If we have
maybe
some donations?
start with
some donuts.
Okay, we'll read some donuts.
First, we got a few on the old link.
The old link.
Let me do the link. And thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. Stick around for Buy, Sell, Hold.
We really need the sound effects for that.
Buy, Sell, Hold?
Yeah.
For the soundboard, I know. I have it on the
put
phone, but
Sell, hold.
it's not as good. I want you to buy.
I buy that for $1.
X-Slayer, thank you for the $1 donation. What's up, everyone? Really enjoyed this episode, even if the result is something I did not enjoy seeing. The duel itself looked fantastic, including the animation was spot on perfect. Can't wait to see Baseball Utopia this weekend and bring Black Wings to Sevens. Not going to comment on that hashtag, X-Slayer, but thank you for the donation. We didn't really talk about this. Are you okay with Rook winning here? There was a lot of outrage with after he beat Yuga. I'm okay with it as well.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think I touched upon it a little when I was talking about the episode. I think it's fine. I mean, do I think he needs a loss? Absolutely. Did I enjoy the way this duel went and when it came to a head, regardless of the outcome, I was happy with it.
Yeah. I think we're fine with that.
If a duel was going to play out that way, it was really up to Lady Luck at that point. You know, and that can't be Rook's fault.
Oh boy, well this is a devil donation.
Love a good devil donation.
Thank you so much for the 666
from Entame.
Yeah.
What's up?
Here's my theory for the season. I'm gonna like
sister
hearing
and
this.
Satan.
Yugioh takes the other siblings down to earth to challenge Yuga and company, knowing full well that his siblings are not prepared in the slightest. In an effort to get them all demoted, they aren't the real villains. Oh, so maybe that's an interesting theory.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, so Yugioh takes the other siblings down to earth to challenge Yuga and company, knowing full well that his siblings are not prepared in the slightest, in an effort to get them all demoted because they are not the real villains.
That's crazy.
If that's the case, then Mr. Goha is also not a villain. Because Yugioh is working with Mr. Goha.
But then it could also be higher, further up. Where does it go? It's turtles all the way down.
Where'd you go?
It's interesting. I believe that they are. But
big if true.
Yeah, no, it is.
I like that.
I like the theory a lot.
I like
the theory a lot.
Because so far it seems like they are not prepared in the slightest, and Yugioh's got some obviously his ulterior motives, but how deep do they run?
Yeah.
How deep does it go?
It's interesting. I will say Yuro and Yujin do not feel like villains. They don't.
Oh my god.
Not so far.
And even Yuka doesn't really feel like a villain. So, it's not a bad theory at all there. And yes, Baseball Utopia is Yuka's ace. That is confirmed. All but confirmed. C-San and Vaughn, thank you for the $2 donation. Dylan didn't get his shirtless Soulburner and Vrains, so Bridge gave him 2 for 1 this episode with Eugene and Rook. I could also watch an entire show based on that weird guy during the ending teaching us to draw cards. Disturbing, hilarious, and beautiful.
We said that last week. There's something
that guy's on something, and I love it.
There's something up there. I love
what
watching
is that guy on?
I want some.
Whatever it is, I want it.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, that guy loves life. And you know what? I'm a big continuity guy. Using the dual disc that he made, love it.
Love it.
I love this guy.
They filmed all those in one day, and they were just like, do as much coke as possible, and let's shoot.
Or they just lock him in a room, no food until it's done. And it's like, you better go.
Oh my god, you guys are dark.
Fun.
Burst. He's going to be on this channel in about a week and a half. Thank you for the $10 donation. Thank you, Maddie. This overall was an interesting episode, entertaining regardless. I think he meant to say this overall was an I'm interesting episode. Definitely typo. Maybe wasn't an interesting. I don't know.
It wasn't interesting.
Was an I'm interesting episode. Maybe it was an uninteresting episode, but entertaining. I don't know. I don't know what Maddie meant there. Hope you're all having a great night and see you all in 10 days.
I know,
Maddie,
dude.
we'll see you in 10 days, my friend. Thank you, dude.
Going quick.
Limestone, thank you for the $5 donation. Really like the GX callbacks this episode, and Ume being Mako Tsunami's field spell was cool. Hoping Rook gets less cupcake duels because he faces the weirdest opponents. That's a phrase I like to say a lot, that Rook duels cupcake opponents.
Yeah, I've picked that up.
And, you know, it remains to be seen whether Yujin seemed like a level above a Schrodinger or a Dove Rap. So... Although some people would argue Dove Rap would have beaten
That
Rook,
was an interesting line in this episode, wasn't it?
that he could speak pigeon.
When he was just like, yeah, I could speak to the sea creatures. He's like, well, that's weird. Well, I could speak to pigeons. And I'm like, Rook, please.
You can see how annoyed Roman got.
Yeah, I
me.
was very.
I was Roman in that moment.
Me too. Limestone, thank you so much. Curry Boy, thank you for the $1 donation. I enjoyed your parts on the newest Noah Jenk video. Thank you so much, Curry Boy. He did some great work on that. A very welcome surprise. The back and forth between you two is great. I hope you guys get to collaborate again. Also, I just want to say, for some reason, my messages won't show up in chat. Curbo out. I don't know why they don't Curry Boy. That's very weird.
Yeah, that's actually, if I think about it, I never see his messages.
Yeah. I'll look into it. That's very strange. But, yeah, I don't know why that would be. But, Curry Boy, thank you so much. And, yeah, very cool that Noah Jenk let me be on his channel. Really good guy. Definitely check him out. Up-and-coming creator. Ivrea, thank you for the $1 donation.
Woo!
We got the terrific trio tonight. That's right.
Well, Calver's not here. How's it terrific?
Well, that's why it's terrific.
See, I set you up.
Ivrea.
I love Ivrea.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ivrea. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Dark Emperor J, thank you for the $1 donation. Did you hear Antoine Griezmann lost his contract after being exposed? Also, would you consider someone a Yu-Gi-Oh! Ambassador if they barely watch the anime and barely play the game? Because that's what Konami named this guy, and the community didn't like that. So, Antoine Griezmann, who's a player for French, he's a player for, I think, Barcelona now. He was named Yu-Gi-Oh! Ambassador about a month ago. A very famous, world-known soccer player. It was a choice that I didn't really like. I don't really like Antoine Griezmann. Not because he's not into Yu-Gi-Oh!, but just because he's done some controversial things in the past. A video surfaced of him mocking, straight up being racist towards, I think it was in Japan, towards an Asian person who was helping him check into a hotel.
What the heck?
And so Konami canceled his contract today, which was the right thing to do. I believe that an ambassador, I think the ambassador role is someone that
knows the content.
That either knows the content or knows enough about it that can, but can also bring in people that are not in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right. So I think they were in the right state of mind to have a footballer, have someone in the sports world.
I see where they're going.
But there's a football player, an NFL player, I think on the LA Chargers.
Okay.
Can't remember his name. If someone could find that, that'd be great. Who topped at a Yu-Gi-Oh! Event like a year ago.
What?
Like he plays Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's on the Los Angeles Chargers.
So why can't he be the ambassador?
That's the guy that you should be picking to be the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ambassador. You get people that are big NFL fans that might not be into Yu-Gi-Oh! The role of an ambassador, or the person of an ambassador, Ryan Hunter, that's the name. Thank you,
X-Slayer was quick with it.
Thank you, X-Slayer. That's the kind of person that should be an ambassador. Someone who is very well known in a community that no one really cares about Yu-Gi-Oh! There's not much of a crossover between hardcore NFL fans and Yu-Gi-Oh! It's two very different cultures. So you're supposed to bring in new people.
Right, that's the whole point of an ambassador.
But they made the wrong decision. I'm pretty sure Griezmann also did blackface like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh my God, bro.
I'm not 100% sure on that. But
he pulled the Trudeau.
So that was
well, let's not go.
That was a yikes hiring. So I'm happy he's not, an ambassador.
Yeah, you can't have that. I think it's someone too that when you're doing something, I don't want to say obscure because Yu-Gi-Oh! Means something to so many people, but let's say in the United States, like
niche. I don't think niche is
right.
Yeah,
you need someone that understands the game and can reach people outside the game, but you also need people that understand and respect the culture that you're in.
Exactly, 100%.
And have respect for everyone across multiple lines of diversity and different countries, and that's clearly from what you're saying is not the person you want at the forefront of your company being the ambassador for your product. So yeah, that's a no-no, and I'm glad that he doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
Hopefully he won't have one ever again.
Yeah, and as Ivrea pointed out on the Wikipedia page, I believe this says, Ryan Hunter is a Canadian gridiron football guard for the LA Chargers of the NFL. Okay. He is also an active player of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game.
That is so sick.
That's someone you go after and try to make an ambassador, 100%. So they made the wrong decision.
We tweet at Justin Herbert, quarterback of the LA Chargers, every day to get him to be the ambassador.
Justin Herbert would be probably the hardest player to go through. You want to go through like a rookie on the team.
But he's a smart guy. He's got a 4.4 he got in college in biology. I mean, he could learn the game probably in an instant.
He's a smart guy.
And then we make him the ambassador.
He's got to be good with numbers. You got to be good with
I'm saying we're making
strategy.
Yeah. Or maybe we make it Zach Wilson, the Jets.
Wait, so you're saying we're like
that is something I probably wouldn't do.
I don't think you guys are going with this. We basically mold someone who isn't necessarily into Yu-Gi-Oh yet into someone who can play well, and then make them the ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zach Wilson, you said?
Yeah.
We're definitely
Brian Wilson, former World Series.
No, not that one either. And we're not making Zach Wilson in his interesting college career at BYU over there. We're definitely not making him the ambassador. Definitely not. So we're gonna go with someone like Justin Herbert. We're gonna do that.
Is he non-problematic?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Okay, good.
Justin Herbert?
Yeah, great guy, smart, well-spoken.
That's it. But
that's your ambassador.
You should send him a structure deck in the mail.
This could be...
Is he a video box?
X-Slayer. Thank you for the $1 donation. I want Sevens to troll people of thinking Yuka will do the classic summoning chat for Baseball Utopia, but instead be a tribute monster so that their dream can be crushed of those believing that XZs is coming to Rush Duels.
It's not coming to Rush Duels.
There's no way XZs are coming.
But I guarantee
it would have been revealed at this point.
Going off of that, there will be outrage next week or Saturday when that monster comes out, Utopia, and it's not XZs. People are gonna flip out. They're gonna be like, oh, this was gonna turn the show.
When I was doing my live watch along on Saturday, there were a couple of people that were like, I can't believe they're having a girl character use Utopia. Yeah. Excuse me?
Welcome to 2021. Where have you been?
I mean, just say you don't like women and leave.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. So people are going to complain no matter what.
Yeah, but there will be people complaining about that.
Yeah, I think you actually banned one of the people on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the disrespect that they bring in a monster like Utopia and not use an XZ summon. I mean, this is why Sevens sucks.
Yeah.
You will see that. It will be there.
No, it'll be there. It probably already is there, honestly.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy to me that people would hate watch an anime 56 episodes into the show now.
Hey, it's crazy that some people still exist in the community that keep doing that.
It's very crazy.
Something. Yeah, I don't. It's just crazy. So X-Slayer, yeah, I don't think we're getting XEs, but it's gonna be amazing to see Yuka use Utopia next week. We all can't wait. Limestone, thank you so much for the $5 donation. I just hope it gets a bit more serious because I've watched Digimon Appman and it feels like only 10 episodes that are serious and the rest is just comedy. I don't mind comedy, but just want some more down-to-earth moments.
Fair criticism.
I don't disagree with Limestone at all there.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, Yuga Rook was right now the pinnacle, I think, of a serious duel. Tiger Asana as well.
I can watch the 4 of them go out to the ramen shop for the whole episode. There's no duel. They just hang out and BS. I can watch a whole episode.
And that would be comedic, but it would be slice of life.
Could watch a whole episode. Yeah. Get to know these characters a little bit more, discuss where they're going.
Yeah, that actually would be pretty fun.
Yeah, but I want to know more about the core 4. Mm-hmm. I get it.
I know nothing about Yuga's backstory. Am I going to get it a few episodes ago? Probably. But how much do I know about everybody else?
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
I don't know anything about Roman's life beside that she has a sort of semi-abusive cousin. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, what else do I know?
Yeah.
And we know a little bit about Rook, but it leaves more questions than answers.
Well, Rook is still pretty interesting.
He's another one.
Very interesting.
They're leaving that story on the vine for a reason.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that is all the link donations for now. So thank you guys. Great. If we want to read a couple of supers, and then we're going to play some buy, sell, hold, we'll go back, and then we are going to do 56 summary and cast, 57 summary, and we are going to make our picks on Romin versus Yuka. So you don't want to miss that. That's coming up in about 30 minutes or so. Cannot wait. So to kick things off with the super chats, we have Sean Gilbride, always our first. $17.76. That's $17.76 for the old 4th of July.
Love it.
Happy late Independence Day to the entirety of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything crew. Of course, can't forget 11/11.
1111, make a wish. Sean, every week,
Hope you're doing
donates
well, man.
1111. I hope you're feeling well. To donate 1776, 1111 is a big donation, man. Thank you so much for the 1776, and happy 4th to anyone over in the States. Yeah, cool day, fun weekend. Hopefully everyone had a safe weekend.
That's where it counts.
I always read firework disaster stories.
Yeah, did you hear the Columbus Blue Jacket hockey player?
No.
24 years old, at his goaltending coach's house. I'm assuming some type of M80 or something they were using. It goes off incorrectly. Projectile right into the chest, collapses his whole chest, passes away. 24 years old.
Oh my God!
So yeah, so you got to be very careful when you're using fireworks. I know it's a little bit more. I don't know where you guys are. I know everyone's around the world, around the country, but at least here in New Jersey, it's been a little bit more lenient this year.
Yes.
You know, there's some minor fireworks being sold, which was completely illegal in New Jersey. If you wanted fireworks, you would always have to go to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I remember
that.
So
this year was the first year that we kind of brought in a little bit and had it lax rules. Yeah, Columbus Blue Jackets, obviously, he wasn't in New Jersey.
Thank you
but just,
for
goes to show
the
you could be anywhere
dono.
and something can happen.
Jason Pierre-Paul. I don't know if that was 4th of July, but...
It was,
Okay.
yeah. Thankfully, he ended up losing only a couple fingers.
Well, now he's still
only
a beast. Well, he's still great at
That guy's
football.
Yeah, but yeah, you got to be careful, man. At the end of the day,
I-
it's an explosive.
I don't trust. I don't
literally
mess
so.
with them. I just don't mess with them.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't
I
even do
don't
the
trust
sparklers?
myself.
I love
I've done the sparklers, but I don't like to mess with anything that can boom.
Yeah.
It just scares me. I'm being honest. It just scares me.
No, it's totally fair
No shame
situation.
in that.
That was patronizing to the point where it sounded like you were mocking me.
I wasn't mocking. Well, maybe a little.
And then we played the Seinfeld music right there.
Dude. All right, Sean. Thank you. Next one. God.
We had $20 from Drago77 Blue. Wow. Have you noticed the similarities?
you
Euro
for the
passionately enjoys
dono.
rush duels, like Yugioh. Yujin, battle hungry and weird, like Rook. Yuka, level-headed like Romin. Yuran, obediently well-mannered like Gakuto. Yugioh hates the group like Kaizo. Wait a minute.
Well, Yugioh does hate the group like Kaizo.
Yeah.
That is true.
Euro, I can see that. Eugene, I can see that.
I can see
To
that.
me, Yuka and Yudon, we just don't know enough about.
Yeah, but
but
except
I
for what we've seen.
don't hate that comparison.
I don't hate it at all.
Again, I don't like to say Kaizo's part of the main group,
Yeah, I was
but,
gonna agree.
but I don't hate the comparison, Drago. And Drago, thank you so much
For that 20.
for the $20 donation. That is a very, very generous donation. Thank you so much, Drago. He sometimes gives massive donations.
Because he came back around with another 10.
Drago, thank you, man. Thank you so much, dude.
Let's say if Yuka does join the Goha siblings,
Okay.
what does that mean for the siblings who've already lost and resign? Do they get their position back and help Yuga, or do they refuse and be allies with Rook? Great question.
What do you think, Pete?
I don't know. I feel like there's no way they get back their positions,
I
right?
agree.
Like I feel like we are clearly setting them up to explore maybe Earth for the first time ever and get to find their place in the world. And I'm of the belief of love it.
Perfect timing.
I'm of the belief of Nick T that they might have been born here, but they were raised in space, and that's why they have all these odd, weird sentences
assassination,
every week. So no, I don't see them getting back to their position in any way.
Yeah, I don't
I
either. I don't either. I think that
They're
we're
gonna grow beyond it.
Yeah, I think so, Drago. And
I mean,
Pete.
Yudo
yeah.
literally was overjoyed to be free.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, now I can do what I want.
Yeah.
It's time.
Why?
Like, you have a problem.
Just don't play it. I love the theory.
That was like 4 times.
Don't touch it.
I'm trying to cue it up. Oh, you're good. You can. Oh, sorry.
This show is a train wreck.
That man 666 with $6.66. Enjoyed Donald versus Daffy DBX yesterday because no geese are allowed. Also, thanks for killing Shuckle. It deserves to die.
Hold on. Well, okay. I'm not going to comment on Shuckle. I lost Shuckle in my randomizer. That man, thank you for the. That man said he was going to make fun of Shuckle dying.
For
tonight.
the dono.
Well, I don't get the first part of that. What is the first part?
I don't
I don't know.
I don't know.
What is DBX?
Help us.
I know what Donald Duck versus Daffy Duck. Daffy D. What is this? DBX. Is this like a fight thing? What's a DBX?
Death Battle X is what.
Oh, it's like a thing.
Gav-
They
Kevin
just okay. I've never heard of this. Very interesting.
It's an anime, I would imagine.
Is it an? Is it?
Is
it?
it? I don't
Is
know.
it a YouTube thing?
Is it? It could be.
I'm curious.
Like
honestly.
rap battles, epic rap battles.
It's like yeah. Oh, that's crazy, bro.
This is just nuts.
But yeah, we're not gonna touch the Shuckle thing. It's all right.
You knew he was done. I mean, he's a tank, but he had no attack whatsoever.
Yeah, I
You
knew.
weren't gonna make it.
I can't talk because I also killed the Shuckle.
Really? Oh my god.
I got one at the island.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, like, you know, could you hold on to him for me? I said, sure. And then he got destroyed. So, you know, it is what it is.
All right, we'll do a couple more and then buy, sell, hold.
So we have 5 Real from Kaio Scissor Campos.
Thank you, Kaio.
Roman clothes are really getting the spotlight in the recent episodes. Also, Luke almost lost for new deck Yujin. Imagine if he was using his normal deck.
Yeah, I wonder what his normal deck was, you know?
Yeah, we don't know.
Maybe we'll see that. I don't know. I feel like he has a connection to the sea, so that's probably lost. Maybe he never had one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe he's new one.
Yeah, I don't know. You could be right. Maybe that was his first rush duel deck.
Yeah. Why not?
They've never rush dueled before.
True.
Even Yugioh said that. So, you know. But interesting point there, Kyle. Thank you, man.
Definitely like that perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to make sure I'm not missing any. I think I already got. Hold on.
Do you see the angels?
Okay, cool. Oh, what's that you singing?
Angels by Britney Spears.
By Britney Spears. Interesting.
Oh. I thought that was you, like, calling out for help and dying.
That's also
what it kind of sounded like.
No. Sorry.
It's alright. It's, you know, you're leaking my song, bro.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
We've got 5 pounds from TNX Rail.
Thomas, thank you, man.
Do you think Studio Bridge will troll us when it comes to the final zone and will be a shock? Also, a big final is happening Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday is
Euro.
Italy versus England, right?
Yeah, England won an extra time 2-1.
Thomas, I know you're
Good old Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. I've always
doing it for a nation.
Yeah, good luck, Thomas. I know you're over in the UK, so I'm rooting for you. I am rooting for England. I like England quite a bit,
Some
even though
would
I'm
say
Italian.
that we want England to come back here and take over. Someone said.
Yeah, why not? They could probably do a pretty
And
good
Harry
job.
Kane's gonna rule.
I'd be fine with that.
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I think it's actually sad. I think most Americans would
Yeah,
be okay with
that was really sad.
that. Actually, maybe just our age group.
You'd be surprised what you hear on those streets out there. Yikes.
Thomas, good luck to England. I don't think we're gonna get like a shock twist. I think, I don't know. I just, they haven't done anything with a villain twist that like has really been shocking. I think the final villain will end up being like an Otis potentially, or a
Otis
Mr.
as
Goha.
future Yuga. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
What do you think? Do you think they'll do a shock twist for a villain?
Maybe is the final one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, if I put all my cards onto the table right now, I would say Otis is shaping up to be that
Yeah, I agree.
villain
Yeah.
to end the show.
I agree.
Well, he's got to win a duel first.
Thank you
Oh, boy.
for
All right.
the
Thank you,
dono.
Thomas. One more, or do we want
We'll
to?
do, yeah, one more.
Okay.
Slide, right?
Okay. Quick game of buy, sell, hold. You guys can play at home, and then we'll get right back to them.
Why not 2 more? Let's just
Okay.
round it off.
10 more.
10 more. 10 more. I don't actually know what kind of currency this is, but Sapphire Jack donated 1,500 ISK. I nicknamed my kid, quote, Goha, because he is a disappointment.
That's good.
That is really good.
Good.
That's what my dad called him.
Yeah, I mean, Sapphire Jack, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, a lot of Goa elements, Goa 66. Mr. Goa, I don't want to call him a disappointment just yet. I still think there could be a lot of fascinating stuff there with him. But Top of Hexagon, we don't talk about Top of Hexagon.
No.
They were a complete disappointment, which I knew they were going to be. Nail is easily the best thing that's come out of Goha right now.
Agreed.
And you could even say that he hasn't maybe lived up to the potential that you wish he had been billed in that second arc. So, yeah, there's been a lot of disappointment right now around Goha. It hasn't been butchered nearly to the degree of a Soul Tech, in my opinion.
No, not yet.
Not
We're
nearly to
even
that
gonna
degree.
talk about that.
We're not going to talk about old Soul Tech.
So, but I guess it's easier to name your kid Goha than Soul.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Ivry was quick with it. ISK is Icelandic Krona.
Well, she's been to Iceland.
She has been.
So that's cheating. That's cheating.
Yeah.
She's one of those Reykjavik people.
She said it was her favorite place. Iceland.
I heard it's absolutely beautiful. I want to break your heart right now.
Yeah.
There, during COVID, there was a round-trip flight to Iceland for less than $120.
You told me that already.
Yeah, I wanted to remind you.
Thank you for
It ruined my day. So.
Yeah, that was my goal. And I hope it ruined everyone else's day out there. God damn it.
Thank you, Sapphire Jack.
We could have gone.
Yeah, I know.
Sapphire Jack lives in Iceland. That's pretty cool.
I think that's really sick, actually. We'd love to go. And then before we go to the buy, sell, hold, a different perspective. $5 from Latrell Kevin. Loving the Goha siblings so far. Can't wait to see what Yuka's like. Seems like the next episode should be another great, fun Goha sibling.
Yeah, I know Kevin's been high on the siblings so far. I have liked them. I mean, I like Yugioh. I like Yujin.
I like their potential.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Yudon, so I can't say anything on the blue-haired kid. And I feel like I also don't know enough about Yuka or even Yugioh. But I will say that through these episodes, I wish I knew more about Yugioh and Yujin. I'm worried now that we're not going to get anything on either of those characters for at least another 4 or 5 episodes, because I feel like the structure is having everyone duel. And so my concern is that, are you going to be able to well develop 5 new characters while keeping everyone else? And then we haven't even touched Rowan, Nail, and Asana. Are we just going to forget about them too?
Yeah. Probably.
So that's definitely a concern.
They'll come in for one moment of, we've revealed this hacking moment, or here's some support. And that's it. That's what they'll probably do for the whole arc.
Well, Kevin has Kevin's always very positive on Sevens. I do like it.
I respect
and I mean, we're mostly positive.
Definitely, most definitely.
But Kevin, thank you so much for the super chat, and we will get to all of them. We always do.
Yes, we do.
So thank you. But we would, we want to do our structure. So we are going to play buy, sell, hold. I got 5 theories for you guys in the chat. I got 5 theories for these guys. They have not seen the theories. I have no idea what I'm going to throw at them. The way you play, if you like the theory, you're going to say buy in the chat. If you don't like the theory, you're going to say sell. And not if you don't like it. If you don't believe in it.
Yeah.
If you don't think it's going to happen, you sell it. If you think it will happen, you buy it. And if you're really, really unsure, you say hold. So this is a game we like to call buy, sell, hold.
It's time for Buy, Sell, Hold, where we listen to your cracked out Yu-Gi-Oh theories and we tell you to buy. I want you to buy. Sell. Sell. Hold. Hold, please.
All right.
So good.
Theory number 1. The Goha siblings are already 0-2. The Goha siblings will start 0-5 before Team Yuga takes their first loss.
I'm going to hold on that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold. I want to,
please.
I want to sell it, but I don't know. It's hard to say with the way things have been shaping up, to be honest with you. But I'll hold.
Pete?
Yeah, I'm going to hold on that one just because I think that's a legitimate possibility.
Hold, please.
Yes. I think that's a legitimate possibility. However, I have to see how the dialogue and how the episodes shape up here because, hey, a couple episodes ago, I thought definitely Rook was getting his first loss here. And then as soon as I saw the Yugioh duel, I was like, nope, he's winning. So that changed my perspective completely. So
it'll be interesting when we discuss Romin Yuka because we got to make our predictions on that. You guys are both holding. What's the chat mostly picking?
A lot of hold.
A lot of
hold. A decent amount of buys as well, and a couple sells sprinkled in.
Yeah, so it seems hold is the one there.
Yeah.
So this arc, obviously, we are assuming this arc is going to be 13 episodes. So we have 10 episodes left of this arc. The theory, Roa, Nail, and Asana will all duel this arc. Buy, sell, or hold.
Sell. Absolute sell.
Wait,
Sell.
Yeah. All of them duel? No way. There's not going to be enough time unless they do one of those episodes where all 3 of them duel at once and it cuts, which I don't think they're going to do. So, yeah, absolute sell.
What do you think?
I'm going to sell.
Sell.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. Partially because of what Pete said, timing-wise, and I don't think it would make sense. Secondly, I think, as we've established, Neil's a slave to the game, so he's gonna do his job, and he's not gonna duel against his employers right now. It's just not in the cards.
No. What's the chat saying?
A lot of sell.
A
couple
sells.
Holds, a lot of sell, though.
I'm not as negative on that as you are. I think that there is still, I believe, a possibility
So you're holding.
that Rowan, Nail, and Asana will all duel this arc. Yeah.
All right.
I think I would maybe even buy that. I do think, yeah.
Would you buy it for $1?
I'd buy that for $1. Because the way I see it, after 5 or 6 episodes, all of the siblings and all of the main U crew are going to have dueled. And then we still have 6 duels left where who's dueling? Are they going to redo a lot of the matchups? That's when I think Nail Asana. So I would buy that. I actually do think that Rowan, Nail, and Asana, definitely 2 of them. I think there's a good chance all 3 of them will duel this arc. I do.
I think Tiger's got more of a shot at dueling than Nail.
Oh, I disagree with that. Yeah. I think Nail's going to duel for the Goha siblings, actually. That's a bit of a theory I have.
Possibility.
Okay, the third one, and this is a very popular theory. It was probably the most popular theory going into this arc. We are now 3 episodes in, and I want to know where you guys still stand. Yuga will be the 6th Goha sibling. Buy, sell, hold.
I'm going to buy that.
Buy.
Yeah, I think the way we analyze that opening, it just looked very much like him. I don't believe in the evil twin theory. And I think that drone, that 6th Goha sibling, is a placeholder dressed as a grandma this episode. I think all those are just comedic moments for him to take over as the Goha employee, but he's always been one because he's actually a sibling. So I'm going to buy that.
Buy, sell, hold.
I'll buy that for $1.
Buy.
Pete nailed everything that I was thinking in my head. Pete nailed.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, good. I'm glad you did.
Chat, I saw a few sells. I saw quite a few
sells, but a lot of buys.
A lot of holds and a lot of buys.
And buys.
It's interesting. That was a theory.
More holds, maybe.
That was a theory that I think like 90% of people bought into. And as this arc has started, I think that theory has kind of dwindled for people.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating.
Into the background.
So I wanted to see where you guys still stood on that 3 episodes in. All right, this is a fun one. Buy, sell, hold. Rook will lose this arc.
Oh, God.
Buy.
Wow, okay.
Buy.
I don't know. You know what? I'm switching my answer. I'm selling it.
Sell.
I don't know how likely it is that he's gonna, he already got his win for the arc. We have a few people to go through, a few different episodes. I don't know if he's gonna possibly, if he does duel, it's gonna be at the end of the arc. I don't think he's gonna get a loss at the end of an arc.
So you do not believe Rook will lose this arc?
No.
Rook will lose this arc.
I'm going to go hold. And the only reason I'm going to go hold is I think he definitely... I don't go with the theory if he needs to lose, right? But I think it would be so impactful if you have like a Yugioh come in and just smack him. And then you're like, well, shit. Like, this guy has not lost. He beat one of the Goha siblings. He's beaten Yuga twice. And now he just got smacked by maybe this new method, this new card, whatever it is. So that could be impactful. At the same time, we've been very predictable here in Sevens. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Yuga goes against like a Yugioh, he gets smacked, and then joins Goha's kind of employees. So we'll have to see.
I am buying that personally.
Okay.
I do believe Rook will lose this arc. I think he's going to lose his next duel. Whoever that may be against. What's chat saying for that one? Probably a lot of mixes.
Yeah, it's a lot of mix on that one.
Big mix.
That was a
Sell,
good one.
buy, hold. Yeah, there's a lot of mix on that one.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's a tough
3-way
one.
even split.
Good.
And actually, all 3 of us picked a different answer on that one as well.
Yeah, we're very split on that. Which is good. All right, and we got a bit of a crack one that I've been seeing thrown around in the community quite a bit.
Which means you created it.
No, Swirly will be evil. Buy, sell, hold.
I'm selling.
Sell.
I think he could have an impact. I don't think it's going to be an evil one. I truly believe that, because with the way Rook especially has taken him under his wing, we've seen him sort of give the little cute blush, whatever. We've definitely seen some affection towards him and from him to our core group. I think it's very likely that even if he does have an impact on the plot in some way, I think it'll be a positive one rather than being evil.
I'm going to sell that.
Sell.
I think he is there to be kind of the comedic and kind of cute perspective of the show.
On purpose, you asshole.
And I just, like, the only way I could see it is, like, he actually was working maybe, but it was all unintentional, you know what I mean? Like, he was innocent and he kind of got tricked into the situation.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily evil intentions. Yeah, maybe because he's a little stupid. And so I think I think that could be it, but I don't think it's gonna be anything evil whatsoever.
I can see what you're saying, though, like some naivety, like it's like, oh, it's like just do this, and be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay,
And, yeah, they're like, yeah, it's gonna be really good. We're sure it's gonna work out for everyone. Oh, okay. Maybe he talked for the first time there, which probably won't happen anyway.
What is most of the chat saying on that one? Sell, probably a
whole lot of sells. Shio say selling hard. Sell.
Colin said, "I will bet my life savings on this one."
I like that.
That he's evil, or that he's not evil.
No, I'm guessing Colin means sell.
Did Colin sell?
No,
Or
he
did
said
Colin
hard
buy?
buy. He said
Oh,
hard buy. Hard buy.
So
That's what makes the market.
we're taking Colin's savings by the end of this hour.
Dude, that's great.
Dude, that's what's gonna. Thank you so much for Colin for buying us the soundboard. That's great, dude. We appreciate that.
The soundboard.
That
1,000 soundboard.
That was another game of buy, sell, hold, and thanks for stopping by.
Shio says
Oh,
Japan trip.
that's it. The Japan. Colin funded the Japan trip.
Colin funded it. Thank you, Colin. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I feel like that is a fun game. Chat can get very involved in that game, which is something that I really like about it. But yeah, those were our 5 buy, sell, hold options. So hopefully, maybe you can even write some down, keep track, and then when this arc comes to an end. Because a lot of these I wanted to keep them within the arc, so we're not waiting until the end of the show. I think that makes the game more fun if it's more short-sighted than far-sighted. And so all of these, Yuga 6 sibling, Rowan Nail Asana, Goa siblings 0-5, Rook will lose, Swirly will be evil. I think they'll all be stated within the arc.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm proud of you on that one. Those were actually 5 kind of legitimate ones that
none of them were too crazy.
tie to the show and not something abstract.
I've
Usually
never
you
done
say
an
something way
abstract.
out there and you'd be like, this is just what people are saying. And
Yeah.
90% of the time,
this is
what
what people are saying. Judai will show up in the
I've
show.
never-
It'll be something like that. And like, nah.
Oh, Seagull-chan is a main villain.
And then you say, that's what people on the internet are saying. It's like, no, you
It's
made
like,
that
no,
up just
you
now.
were saying that.
Seagull-chan.
That's what we normally deal with on this show.
I literally had buy, sell, hold the first time we did it. Seagull-chan is a main villain.
Yep. Yeah. What did you think about that?
I don't even think about it.
And this was sort of a beach ocean type of episode,
got a
right?
beach
Where the hell
episode.
was Seagull-chan?
Yeah, there are no seagulls, huh?
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
We will learn the organizer of this tournament during the duel. We didn't really learn that.
No, not really.
Someone will die before the season ends.
I think we all sold that one.
We all.
Kagato will duel his ancestor at some point. I still think there could be something
Dude.
That would work. I would love to see
Just
that.
have us write the show, dude.
We're going to take maybe 5 or
the
10 more donations.
And then we're ending.
And then we are going to talk the summaries for 56, 57, and we have to make our picks on Romin Yuka.
A lot of stuff going on.
All right.
Excited for that. Have any on the link?
I think there's a few. If you want to check it
We always prioritize links. You do not want to miss us breaking down.
And crying.
Solid Snack, thank you for the $1 donation. Loved this episode. Goa siblings really growing on me, especially Catboy, of course, being cute and secretly evil means I have no choice but to stand. Really hope Catboy can beat at least one of the main crew, even if it's just Gakuto. Beach episode is lit. Yeah, we love a good beach episode, and I agree. Yugioh, I think someone needs legitimacy. I don't buy into the Goa siblings starting 0-5. I'm going to get a little more into that on the Romin versus Yuka duel when we make our picks there, but I don't buy into that 0-5 theory. I would not like that at all. Solid Snack, thank you. Ivrea, thank you for the $1 donation. Racism, football, even sexism. Glad to be watching. It is saucy today. Listen,
Yeah, we cover everything.
we get saucy, right? I mean, I think that's fair to
A
say.
whole lot of sauce.
Yeah, a lot of sauce, and
I love a good sauce.
that's
Dude, I could go with some vodka sauce right now.
That's what this channel's all about. Ivrea, thank you for the donation. Solid Snack, thank you for the $2 donation. I really think this episode was a reference to Gundam X After War. That's your stuff.
I haven't watched Gundam X, so
What?
it's a non.
With meeting a psychic dolphin that helps the character defeat their enemy, except with cars instead of mecha. And then, since the first two Goa kids were wind and water related, I think the rest will be related to the attributes. And who do you think they will be? Who do you think will be what? Think any other Goha kids other than Yuo will beat the main cast. Think Mimi will turn against Goha. I hope so. LOL, hashtag queen. Yeah, I think Mimi has already started to turn against Goha a little bit.
I definitely think so.
I think she feels smited by Mr. Goha and the siblings. I don't know if anyone will beat Yuo. I can't really say that because we have to make our picks for Romin, Yuka. So we are going to touch on that Solid Snack.
Do
Definitely.
you believe in the attributes kind of thing? That they're all connected to that?
Well, I think Yuka will use light
Yeah,
I think Yuka
clearly
was
with
like,
Utopia, right?
Was there an X-Layer one that came through?
I don't think so.
Oh, because that's weird. Maybe the
I want Sevens to troll. I called that one.
Oh yeah, that's weird. Maybe the thing isn't updating then.
Yoan Udai, thank you for the
Yes.
$5 donation. No message with a smiley face. Yoan, you don't have to send a message, man. Thank you so much for the support. Love you. Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. C. Sonid Von, thank you for the $2 dono. Pure hypothetical. What are your thoughts on a live-action Yu-Gi-Oh movie? Would it be an original story or redo something like Duelist Kingdom or Battle City? Is it extra cheesy or could it add something positive to the franchise? Also, would you watch it? Yeah, if it was Yu-Gi-Oh, I'd have to watch it. Live-action Yu-Gi-Oh, I think would be a mistake, but I think it also could be hilarious, so I'm not opposed to it at all.
It would take significant amount of actual money being invested and people who know what they're talking about that are creating the show.
Which
like
never
you would have
happens.
to take it seriously and not have it as like a parody. And I just don't. I just don't think that would happen.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I agree. I agree, but
This is
great
what we
question.
put up with.
Yeah, I know.
Great question.
He's the worst.
C.
This guy.
Thank you for the donation. You can read some more. I'm going to get the summaries ready.
All right, get the summaries up. So we have £5 from Nicholas Horton.
Thank you, Nick.
Yu-Gi-Oh's first proper beach episode, and what were those Goha things at the end? I know, right?
Well, what do you guys have any theories on that? By the way, we didn't really talk too much
I think
about
they're
it.
just gonna take over at least all the Goa employees.
Maybe full on Goha suits for our villains, maybe, or something.
That's what you think? Well, it seemed like there were more than 5.
There were a lot more than 5.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh, there's only 5," but there's more than 5.
Definitely.
Clearly.
I'm curbing my
Expectations.
because in Reigns we had something very similar where we were like, oh my god, look at all these soul tists that are being made, and they were just a whole bunch of eyes that ended up doing nothing.
That's
They did
true.
and so I'm like,
Very good point.
We'll
yeah,
see.
the Soul Test, anything related to Soul Tech was a pretty heavy disappointment. So that's fair. That's fair. Nick T,
Yes.
do you have high expectations for it or no?
No, I don't.
Really? Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I think it could actually be pretty cool. It looks kind of ominous, and as far as we've seen with the power of the Goha technology, I think some cool stuff can come out of it, especially with the whole mind control aspect that is possible. Why not?
Yeah, that's fair.
Why not?
Love it. Thank you, Nicholas Horton. Appreciate it, my friend.
The best cowboy, Cad Bane 64 with $5 Canadian.
Thank you, Cowboy.
A duel that I have in mind: Mimi versus Yuo for the title of President Goha. Mimi's revenge, and then an additional little maybe Swirly is a Yuga clone.
Oh my God, that would be great. But I would say that if that duel happened, Mimi, Yuo would win.
Yuo would win.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind Yuo would win.
But it would be
at this
good.
point, Mimi really needs a win to make her somewhat legitimate.
Yeah, as a duelist. Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't have an X-Layer over there? Because
Yeah.
Nick T is right. It did pop up over
It's
here.
staying up there. Look at it. You can see it.
It popped up as a link, $1.
There it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you, X-Layer, for the very positive donation. I declare war on you, Dill, for killing my family yesterday.
You want to elaborate?
Yeah, you know,
on
I'm
that?
also going to jump ahead because he also super chatted $2 saying, I declare war on you, Dylan, for attacking my family.
I guess he's referring to the Twitch chat as his family, which is actually very wholesome.
Yeah.
And I actually love that.
Yeah, and how'd you attack them?
Well, I named my Pokemon based on Twitch users in my
and then
chat.
he kills them.
And then I don't keep them alive very well because I'm not good at the game.
Then he actively decides to kill them.
No.
Yeah, don't you purposely do
No.
it? I thought you told us off camera last week
Yeah,
you
yeah.
purposely
No,
do it.
no,
He's
that's
like, yeah, all the
that's
people I
not
don't
true.
like, I make sure they die. Yeah.
That's very not true. Oh, that's why you always die first.
Wow. Dude,
Dude,
Nate,
let's
first
walk
of all,
out. Let's walk
first
out,
of all,
dude.
First of all, in
For the
Fire Red, I'm pretty sure
dono.
Namelin got a decent way through. Decent way through. That war turtle?
See what we put up with?
I cracked myself up.
I'm quitting, dude.
I
I
cracked
can't take
myself up.
Do the show by yourself.
Let's walk out.
We've got Turiel from Kaio. End guy is so weird. Think he eats too many cardboards.
Yeah, I mean, he's
love him.
There's something.
I love him.
He loves his life, that's for sure.
I would die for a guy at the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s.
Kyle, thank you, my friend.
Your sacrifice would be meaningless.
Never looking back. Na, na, na,
I love that song. Give me the actual ending.
Never looking back.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to say something controversial. The ending animation does not do much for me. So I'm fine with this cracked out.
Get this guy off the podcast.
Fine with this cracked out.
I want him to have one where he plays every
Oh.
character in the ending. He recreates it as the ending.
That would actually be amazing.
He just dresses up like it does the whole thing.
But has to do it in real time.
Yeah.
So he has to have a whole set of costumes next to him and just like rush to put it.
That would be
and
that guy's energy. It would be. Think about it. He starts off with the robot part.
It would be amazing.
I actually think it'd be hysterical.
It would be amazing.
It could happen.
I'm Ryan Konami.
Yes.
You got some contacts. Yeah. Give me some emails.
I'll reach out.
You also have to learn Japanese.
I'll figure it out.
So Ice Aiding with $5.
Thank you, Ice.
Do you think the 6th member is the true leader of the Goha siblings?
No.
I don't think so either.
No,
I don't.
Because I am on the train that it is Yuga.
I agree.
So no.
Yeah, I believe it's Yuga. I don't believe Yuga's the leader. I believe Yugioh. I don't know. I don't believe there is a leader. I believe they all have the same amount of power. But what I truly believe in is that Yugioh has his own agenda right now.
Absolutely.
And Yugioh is the one that is orchestrating probably the greatest threat to whatever is going to happen.
Agreed.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Thank you, Ice. So we have another $10 from Electric Kevin.
Thank you, Kev.
Dill, you said you'd really want to watch the Pokemon anime if we see an example, and an example you used was Dawn Return. Well, now she's back, and the directors say they want to bring back, quote, everyone.
I am jealous of what Pokemon is doing because it's what I would absolutely
That's
love
your dream.
Yu-Gi-Oh to do.
That's your dream.
And it seems like Pokemon is executing it in a very good way from what I've heard. Whereas, Arc 5 kind of did that, but not really. I mean, because it wasn't the actual version of those characters. Like, this isn't an alternate version of Dawn.
This is actually Dawn.
It's actually Dawn, yeah.
With the canon that you have had.
Exactly. So, like, what Pokemon is doing is awesome and so good for their fans. And, it makes me a little jealous.
Hey, it's okay.
Because I just wish Yu-Gi-Oh!
I mean, we could turn this into a Pokemon podcast. We could just forget Yu-Gi-Oh!
The only way I would ever do that is if I watched every single Pokemon series. I don't have the time. I wish I did.
We'll start over right now.
No, I don't have the time.
Remember in Danny Fandom,
Yeah.
when Tucker had to learn all the stuff for the test, and they strapped him to the chair and put clothespins on his eyelids to watch everything?
Oh my god.
That's what we do.
Is that a Clockwork Orange reference, you think?
That's it. Probably.
Where they keep his eyes open for the
let's do that.
brainwashing? Yeah.
Kevin, I don't know if I'm going to.
No.
Kevin, I don't know if I'm gonna watch the show. I definitely am interested. I know my friend John is definitely gonna be watching it. He loves Dawn, so maybe I'll check it out. I'm
going to address the Pokemon thing real quick, because Shioshi comes with 2 different comments. I'm going to address both of them real quick. Because she said, Pokemon has the advantage of having the same main character for 2 decades, which is true. It's fair. This one, it's specific, because I want to see how you feel about this. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is made up of different series and characters that don't exist in the same universe. Do you have to respond to that?
I got to respond to this.
I don't fully disagree with her.
Damn it.
But at the same time, I think it's very easy to just say, oh yeah, Link Vrains exists in this universe. That's how we can find other characters from Vrains.
Right.
I think the first 4 shows exist on a similar timeline.
Right.
So I think you could explain it well that way. And then you just leave Arc 5. And, I think if you came out and said, yeah, Sevens is 100 years after Duel Monsters. I guess the problem there is none of those characters would be alive, so you can't just bring them back. It is comparing apples to oranges in a way, but Yu-Gi-Oh! 8, for instance, could be a show that takes place right after 5Ds, for instance, and then we know the first 3 and this show are all in the same timeline. So you can do it, just not on the grand scale of Pokemon, because of that reason. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's always tricky. I'm often reminded, and it's something actually I just thought of recently, how for a while, people were it was sort of a headcanon a little bit. People were shaping together a timeline for the different Gundam shows, which technically aren't in the same universe, or same, centuries. We have AD, BC. So people are shaping, and then all of a sudden the creator comes out and says, oh yeah, this one show takes place 200 years before the other, and people are it just destroyed everything. It's like, then how do they forget literally everything that ever happened?
Right.
So, you know, sometimes they say things and it just destroys literally everything else.
It's got to be fun to be a creator and know that you can ruin so many theories by just saying one thing.
You're like, wait, what?
Because whatever the creator says is canon.
Exactly. That's
You can't
so
argue
it destroys,
that. Yeah.
annihilates everything else.
So funny, dude.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt.
Yeah, but Kevin, thank you so much, man.
That song's stuck in my head, by the way.
It's such a good
We're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to read summaries, and we're going to pick Romin Yuka. Are you ready for that, Pete? Do you feel good about your pick?
Not really. But when do I ever?
Dang, bro.
Me, Pete, and Dredger picked correctly. Dredger is 3-0 since starting the pick, and he picked Rook over Yuga, and then he picked... I've lost 2 of my last 3. Pete's won 2 of his last 3. Nick T and Cal have lost 2 of their last 3 as well.
Would you say Dredger's like unofficially undefeated?
Unofficially, sure. I have no problem saying that. He is unofficially undefeated.
yeah.
He's not undefeated, but he's unofficially undefeated.
Unofficially undefeated.
Sure.
Do you count that in the rankings?
Just like if the Mets win a game, they're unofficially undefeated.
They did not win tonight.
Oh, damn. Okay.
They lost 5-0.
Yeah, it's alright, bro. So we have 5 real from Kaio again. Poor chameleon guy. Just wanted to swim. A victim of Kaizo's schemes. Also, Euro is so chat that I can see a Romin Yuka Euro triangle.
Nope.
Wait a
Well,
second.
I'd hold on. We're just gonna forget that last
Shutting it
part.
down.
We're gonna forget that last part.
Shutting it down immediately.
We're gonna forget that last part. Unless you're talking like love rivals, which no.
All I enjoyed was Kaizo getting kicked in the face. I mean, he got sweet chin music, like some Shawn Michaels.
That might have been my favorite moment.
The Heartbreak
of the show.
Kid.
Yeah.
Dude,
The Heartbreak.
That might have been my favorite moment. Of the show.
And I love that he didn't even get to finish his sentence. It was instantaneous.
Her fist broke the screen, right?
Yeah.
His screen
and then
face.
the kick.
Well, he's a perv. I mean,
I want to know where Romin is getting her martial arts lessons, because that was perfect technique.
She might be learning at Gakuto's school.
Dude, what if Romin v. Tiger, not in a duel, they have a fist fight in the yard?
I'd love to see an episode, but Tiger would win.
It would be a bloodbath.
Tiger would win.
It would be fun.
Yeah, well,
it would be a fun, but I don't know.
I don't define fun. I don't
Fun
know.
because we're making it a darker show after that episode.
Like when you say
That's
fun,
the
'cause
turning
it's like
point.
when you see like a much larger, like maybe senior in high school really beat down the freshman, like shove him in the locker. And,
Remember when Fushiguro just beat the crap out of all those bullies in the yard?
Yes.
I want something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that could be fun.
What if the Jujutsu Kaisen writer does 1 episode of Sevens and that's what he does? He has Tiger.
Dude,
just-
What if would it break your mind if because it would make no sense? What if somehow the characters from Jujutsu Kaisen just showed up in the show, and like there was no explanation, there was nothing of it, they were just there.
Yeah, that would make no sense.
Yeah.
Well, Jujutsu Kaisen had a Yu-Gi-Oh reference in it, so maybe Yu-Gi-Oh will have a
It's in the same
Jujutsu
universe.
Kaisen reference.
Exists.
Well, actually,
Bonds Beyond Time was there.
I'm working on that theory. No, I'm kidding.
God help me.
Oh God. All right.
Unreal.
Thank you for the donut.
Thank you so much.
Well, you think Cal knows about Fushiguro?
No, he probably got
Probably not, because he probably didn't even watch episode 1, so he probably doesn't know.
We should tell him about him. Tell him about that guy.
I mean, Dredge is what, halfway done or whatever?
Yeah.
He texted me.
I don't want to know.
I know Maddie's probably not here anymore, but remember we promised him a podcast about it?
We'll get there.
As soon as Dredge finishes, we just do it.
Yeah, we'll get it. Yeah, I agree. We're gonna do one more, and then we are gonna do our predictions.
Okay, just one more. So we've got. Oh, it's a good one to go out on. $20 from Drago77.
Thank you, Drago.
Drago.
Oh my God, 50. Thank you
You
so
guys are
much,
monster.
Drago. You're crazy, dude. Thank you.
I like Yuka's design. She reminds me of Sarah from DSOD movie with the hairstyle and tiara. I'm crossing my fingers. She has a pivotal role even if she loses. I mean, Sevens has been good on females, so maybe it applies to Yuka too.
I think it will. Drago, thank you so much for another very generous donation, man. Thank you. I love the Sarah comparison in design. She looks like an older version of Sarah. I don't think her hair is as dark, but it definitely is very similar coloring. Yeah, I like Sarah's design quite a bit. Something they did in this episode that I was surprised about, actually, was the fact that they revealed the faces of the Goha siblings. Did not think they would do that this early, so that kind of surprised me a little bit. But I like Yuka's design a lot, Drago. It's a great transition because we're going to get into the 56 summary. We're going to make our picks on whether we think Yuka or Romin or draw no result will be the result. And I think it's time to do 56 and 57.
Let's do it.
Drago, thank you. Great transition there. If you do not want spoilers, now is your time to click off the vid. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
So quick.
Episode 56. Katabashingu. So Katabingu was the catchphrase of Yuma Tsukumo, the protagonist from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. It would be like if this episode was named, Gotcha, which is what Judai says.
Dude.
It's the same.
Flip, bro.
It's the same. Unfortunately, I'm the only one here that's seen Zexal, so it doesn't have as much impact on Nick T and Pete as it probably does.
Make it legal, bro.
Make it legal, as it probably does on a lot of you and on me. So the fact that an episode is titled Katabashingu is crazy to me. Hearing that a pro baseball team will be established in Goa City, Luke is determined to become the base-stealing king. When Yuga and friends come to the tryout, they encounter Goha Yuka, the only girl of the Goha siblings. She challenges the athletic Romin to a duel, baseball rush duel, play ball. Cast: Yuga, Rook, Gakuto Romin, Kaizo, Swirly, Yuka, Yodo, Yorin, Yuo, and Doll. Proprietress, Nail, Umpire Drone, Scout Drone, and Extras. That is your summary for episode 56. Pete, Nick T, initial thoughts on that?
I mean, this show, man. There's a Scout Drone.
Also, interesting to note, Eugene is not speaking in this episode. The only Goha sibling that is not speaking.
He's out in the ocean, chilling with the dolphin.
That's what it seems.
I mean, he could be spending the rest of his life with the dolphin.
I mean, he's basically Aquaman. That's basically what we're saying.
Yeah.
Does this summary change your opinion on what might happen?
I don't think it leans me one way or the other.
It really does not lean me one way or the other. I think it's going to be a fun episode, but it does not lean me one way or the other in terms of outcome or anything that we're going to get out of it at all.
I agree. Well, we do have the 27 summary as well. I'll let the Jack, thank you. I'll let that go away. There we go. Episode 57, The Fourth Assailant Cometh.
Oh.
Gakuto came to the venue for the Kendo tournament and found Yodan, the third eldest brother of the Goha siblings, waiting for him. Gakuto versus Yodan. Thoughts on that?
Maybe we knew Gakuto had to get a duel.
Expected.
So it's not that surprising.
What is Kendo exactly? It's like martial arts, right?
Yeah, isn't it with like the
sticks?
Sticks, yeah, right.
Kendo. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
the Kendo stick. Yeah.
You know that from WWE.
I know that from somewhere.
Yeah.
So we got Gakuto versus Yodan coming up after Romin versus Yuka.
Not surprising. Totally knew that's where that was going.
We knew they were going to duel based on the opening. So this confirms, assuming this is a one-episode duel, which is fair to assume, 5 episodes into this arc, you've had almost all of the Goha siblings duel. Except Yuo.
Yeah.
That's quick.
That's very
quick. It's kind of
very quick.
We knew that was going to kind of happen. So
yeah.
But it's been nothing shocking me so far.
Yeah, that's going to be, again, obviously this is a quick little preview. It doesn't really give us much, but I'm curious.
I'm very curious. But boys, it's time to stop beating around the bush.
Oh God.
Chat, we have to make our Romin versus Yuka picks.
We do.
Bro, don't do this to me, bro.
I don't want to make it.
Don't do this.
Let me find the group.
Did Cal and Dredge make their picks?
They did. They did make their picks.
Good.
Very good.
Chat, make your picks as well. You can send it in to YuGioHPickeM@gmail.com.
Where's the group, bro? Can you say here? Thanks, bro.
Can you say tears? That's what we're going to have.
Whew, okay, Romin, Yuka, or draw no result.
Don't do this to me, man.
Let me know when
I'm gonna set this one out.
Let me know when. Let me know when you gents are ready.
Yeah.
You ready?
Let's do it.
I guess so.
3, 2, 1, send.
Yeah, it's been a little slow, the Wi-Fi and every connection
Yeah.
in the house tonight.
Okay. Pete.
You want me to start us off?
Let me make sure I'm ready here. Hold on.
Yeah. Make sure you got the picks ready. That will expose the chat.
Let me make sure I actually got a pick from Cal. I did. Okay. Pete, what is your pick, my friend?
I'm going Romin. I just think she's been on an incredible hot streak. I think that's going to continue. I think right now the way they have set this up, that we are building up to Yugioh, and I don't see any other way that these other Goha siblings are going to win. However, I think Yuka is, I forget who said it, I think she will be someone that actually says or does something really meaningful here coming up, because she's had the most resistance to Yugioh, and she could be a powerful ally in the future. But for this duel, we're going to continue winning. We're going to go 3-0, and Roman's going to take this.
Okay.
Baseball style.
Baseball style. Okay, let me just get this ready. And Streamlabs crashed.
Of course.